Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I would be practically finishing up this last part in my level, but instead of doing any editing, I just want to sit down and talk to you guys about something that not only affects me, but many of my fellow Geometry Dash creators, and just honestly, in any subject, any work, any school work, and it affects everything. And I think you guys know it way too well. It's the problem known as burnout. Burnout can lead to the inability to be inspired. It can lead to you quitting something. It can even lead to lack of creativity, and at the worst case, depression. It's there's a lot about burnout, and I feel like it's a serious topic. But today we're mostly focusing on the Geometry Dash aspect of burnout. So burnout in Geometry Dash comes in many ways. It can come in the two major ways that it can come in is creating. So for example, me creating this level, I can feel burnout, which I did a few days ago or a few weeks ago. And it can also come in the form of star grinding or beating a demon or beating a level or beating a map. Both of these can lead to burnout. Creativity burnout, inside the editor, I think is a way bigger issue than the star grinding issue, because you can really avoid the star grinding issue. But the editor issue, if you want a good map, there's no escape from burnout. There's no escape from it. If you are a good creator, even a bad creator, you are experiencing burnout. There is no way. You are uninspired. This happens all the time. Let's say you're in the last part of the level. You're on the final stretch. You'll feel even the mildest burnout, even if you have the most amount of effort put into it. You still feel burnout. It's a thing that will always exist. You don't have enough creativity for the last part, let's say. You don't know what to do. You don't feel inspired, so you can't put into the creativity. And you don't have good time management. It's all aspects of burnout in creating. And it can be avoided. Most of the time, it can be avoided. But sometimes that thing just lurks behind you and really just eats you and consumes you without you noticing. It's it's really a bad experience if you don't know when it's coming. And most of the time, the solution is just take a break on the game. Go outside, touch some grass, play some other games, draw, talk to your siblings or your mother that you dearly love so much and haven't called in 3 months. I know that. I see you. Okay, bring her some flowers. Smell some flowers. See the beautiful natural world outside that I have experienced just before I started recording this video, and it's awesome. It's awesome. It brings so much more creativity and so much more room for uh, for creativity and for your inspiration that would help in aiding the bad qualities of burnout. And now, it's a lot to take in, but if we're talking in the aspects of gaming and you feel burnout when you're gaming, for example, building a level in Geometry Dash, you feel like, oh, I can't finish this, I don't feel inspired for this. The major way, once again, is just to quit, but I feel like you shouldn't really feel burnout while playing a game. I'm not saying it. I'm not doubting it doesn't happen, or I'm not saying, oh, you got a mental disorder because you feel. No, I'm saying it shouldn't really happen because it's just a game. A game. A game is for stimulation of your brain. It's to take your mind off a certain subject that gives you anxiety. For example, school, work, any of that. Take your mind off when you're gaming. Take your anxiety out of the room when you're gaming. It's not supposed to build on anxiety. It's supposed to aid you on anxiety. Now, I've been yapping for way too long, and I feel like I should give some more solutions and some problems that should be fixed pretty easy with these solutions. Number one, let's say you're making a Geometry Dash level and you're doing the last part of it. I feel many people are doing something like this where they're on the last part of their level, or they're on the last like bit of completing a level or verifying a level, and let's say they die or they don't end up finishing it in some way on time or something. It it can really lead to you just straight up leaving the game. I feel like that's not what you should do. I think no matter the pain inside that you feel, that you're like, oh, why is this happening to me? This is not supposed to happen to me. No matter that pain that you're feeling, continue. Continue. Fight that pain. Fight that pain. If you keep dying on 15% on deadlocked, fight that pain. If you keep messing up on a block design because you don't know what to do for the last part of your level, keep trying. Keep trying. One time. It's at least once in 10 tries. Do it 10 times. I promise you, you would get past that part. You would get past making an awesome block design that would look better than any other. I promise you, just keep on trying. Fight that pain that you feel that makes you feel like you're not good enough. Fight that, keep on going, and make sure you fight that continuously. It's a really good quote for me. Hopefully that was motivating or something. I don't know. Alright, now for number two. Let's say, once again, hypothetically, I don't know your situation right now. I'm not supposed to guess. But let's say your decoration or your, just speaking of gaming in Geometry Dash, nothing else. Let's say you're building another level, and you actually did a block design, or you did verify a level, but you want to change something, and once you change it, you don't want to repeat the whole entire process again. Let's say you deleted that whole entire decoration for that part, or you totally scrapped the idea of verifying that level and just buffed it or nerfed it, and now you have to verify again. You have to bear through that pain once more, and I feel like that's also another way of burnout, which is pretty easily fixed. Just, I think most of the time, the first thing that you do, the first idea that you did, for example, in decoration, for example, or in verification, for example, the first decision that you made, stick with it. Stick with that decision. Most of the time, if you roll with your gut, it will end up all right and all okay. Stick with that decision. Don't worry about it. If it does fail, well, next time you learned to do something else, you have a lot more ideas. You have a lot more inspiration that you can jump off of in the future, instead of just starting from the ground up. And now for the last one, I think it's mostly the lack of, or the lack thereof, of creativity and inspiration, and just basic structuring for burnout, or for creating levels, or for beating or verifying a level. And now, for building a level, you need to have multiple decisions, multiple ideas planned out on how you do it. Just like how when you try to beat a level or verify a level, you have multiple ideas of how you beat a certain part until you can attempt 0 through 100 run. Also, by the way, I'm building this level. I know it's really, really unoptimized. I'm going back and I'm optimizing after the video. But speaking of this, you need to have foundations. You need to have basic structuring in order for you to jump off. Unless you want those two ideas of burnout I just said to you to happen to you. And I feel like how to solve this is just plan it out or practice it out. If you want to build in this style that I'm building in now, realism, but you don't know how to build in a realistic style, try it. Try it multiple times. Practice building in it in this format. Look at a water bottle. Look at a soccer ball. Look at some plants in your house or outside and try to imagine that inside Geometry Dash and build it. And if you're trying to build a level or you're trying to verify a level, practice it. Just like how you practice building a block design, practice doing that specific part until you can do 0 through 100 runs. Stuff like that. It's really coming down to inspiration, creativity, and the way you practice these creativity into existence, or the way you allow the imagination to come to life. Allow the imagination to bounce you off with a basic foundation that is so thick you can build your building, the building of verifying a level, or the building of creating a level good enough that just rises up so high it exceeds the standards, or you finally get to do it. It's a lot to take in, and I don't feel like it is a way to cure or a way to get rid of these bad burnouts, but it helps. It definitely helps. Once again, fight them, practice it, and get a basic foundation. It's really these three things that you really need to know for you to just kind of get rid of burnout, at least in the slightest. And now I know I yapped a lot for 12 minutes straight, and my grammar isn't the best, and I did say a lot of uhs, and I did pause a lot, but hopefully it helps you reflect on really just anything. I hope it helps you, and well, subscribe. It took me a long time. I'll see you guys next time.